Welcome to the Silver Spleen. My name is Otis Feelsgood, and this is my review of Rigor Mortis. Rigor Mortis is the directorial debut of pop star turned artiste Juno Mack. With this new film, Juno moves into the director's chair for what he's calling an homage to Hong Kong's vampire movies of yesteryear. Chin Soo-ho, who is in Mr. Vampire, plays a washed-up actor who moves into a derelict housing estate with the intention of hanging himself. This act is interrupted in the most supernatural of ways by a vampire hunter played by Anthony Chan Yao, who was also in Mr. Vampire. Eventually, Chin finds himself in the middle of a very interesting group of characters. A visibly disturbed woman named Feng, played by Kara Hui, wanders the halls of the estate, eating the food people leave for the spirits, and generally acting like the lunatic she quite obviously is. Lo Hoi Pang plays Uncle Yin, a security guard at the estate who knows everyone and everything there. Chung Fat, yet another veteran of the genre, plays Uncle Gao, a sorcerer who harbors a secret, or 12. Nina Paul plays a woman who will do anything for her husband, played by Richard Ng. Believe me, she'll do anything. The cast are all really good in this movie. The film is carried by these performances, which are strong, subtle, layered, and convincing. The film looks really nice on a technical level. It's video, but maybe I've gotten used to looking at it, or maybe they're just better at shooting it so it doesn't look so obvious. And while the look of the film is completely modern, the subject matter should be familiar to anybody with any kind of familiarity with Hong Kong vampire movies. Arcane hand signals, peachwood swords, breath holding. It's all here. Well, there's no yellow robe, but what are you gonna do? The film is, most of the time, fairly slow, and it does drag in a few places. I realize that the filmmakers were probably trying to establish some sense of mood and atmosphere, but to me, they ended up doing so at the expense of pacing and story development. That said, there are enough new twists and added details to update the genre while still remaining quite faithful to the original ideas. Unfortunately, one of those twists is kinda catastrophic for me anyway. Spoiler alert! The ending, or more accurately the postscript, takes all the goodwill that the film had built up with me and unceremoniously pisses all over it. There are two explanations that I can think of for this twist. One, pretension. The filmmakers wanted to show us how witty, edgy, and hip they are, and they fail. Two, even worse, they managed to tack on a very China-friendly epilogue so that the film isn't shutting itself off from 1.3 billion people. You know what? It's their movie and they're free to do as they please. Whores are people too, let's remember. But the worst part about it for me is that this epilogue happens obviously right before the end credits. And the first of those credits is a dedication to Lam Ting-ying and Ricky Hui. The slap in the face of the epilogue turns what should have been a heartfelt tribute to two very deserving people into a mawkish and cheap ploy for credibility that you just watched being thrown away. Now, I feel kind of bad saying that, because overall, it's not a bad film. The epilogue just really kind of annoyed me for whatever reason it's there. Now, if you want to watch this movie, actually I would recommend it. Like I said, it's worth looking at, and it's quite interesting. What I want you to do is either watch it in the cinema now, or wait till it comes out on home video. So don't download it. When Rigor Mortis comes out on home video, I'll update the descriptions. That way you can buy a copy and not feel like a piece of shit, which is what you are if you download movies. If you enjoy this review, please leave me a comment. If you don't enjoy the review, leave me a comment anyway. I would really appreciate a subscription to the channel because that way I feel like I'm reaching as many people as I possibly can. And let's face it, that's kind of the object. Thank you, have a lovely evening, and stop downloading fucking movies.